now at the point where this stuff is starting to overwhelm me, all of these things to do. And part of the reason is because I'm cherry picking the easiest things off the list instead of tackling the more difficult things. And so all that's left is the stuff that's kind of more difficult to do. So when a system isn't serving your current mood or motivation, change it up. I think that's the key. I don't think there's one system that's going to work all the time. So what I need now is slow, methodical, measurable progress rather than just like super productivity. So I'm going to start at the very top of this list and go across and just do one thing at a time until it's complete and work my way down until I get rid of a lot of these papers. And other than like daily stuff like laundry and dishes and cooking, I am not going to be adding anything else to my list. I'm just going to pretend things don't need to get done until I have a chance to get through more of these things. So picking out here, and instead of putting it up here, right now I'm feeling overwhelmed, so I feel like I need more structure. So I have an inside priority, cooking priority, outside priority, creative priority, and content creation priority. So at any one given time, whatever I pick, I know exactly what I'm working on, and it's helping with the overwhelm. So the next thing we'll be doing is changing out the closet light bulbs so that I can get started on a closet 333 decluttering project. I've only changed the light bulbs on the downstairs ones, and even on the top stuff, they're like the edge of my reach. So I almost hit my head on it. Oh boy. Are you selling something? Oh, you know, my mom does it herself, and so she just barely sprayed the whole house. Yeah. Say again? No, we're probably not interested. Thank you, though. I'm in charge of the household, and we're not gonna go with any new service at the time. Thank you, though. Thank you. Gonna do a little more work outside today. In my opinion, it already looks a lot better with the boxes gone and a couple of the bigger toys taken away. So we're making progress, but more importantly, it has given me momentum, which is key. So I think I'm gonna try to sell this thing by the end of this particular video. That's my one goal. I'm working on a rock project on the side of the house. Let me show you that. Over here, I've taken out a bunch of rock because we had mixed type of rocks, and I would like it to match what's covering the rest of the landscaping. So my job is to eventually get all of this crap out, line it so that it's not going into the neighbor's yard, and then from there refill it with the correct rock. So we're gonna kind of work on that today. I don't have a good way to get rid of the rock, so what I end up doing is just throwing it in the dumpster and letting them take it every week. But we're gonna see what we can do. I actually think what I might do is start shifting a bunch of it over to the sidewalk just to get it out of the way, and that way I can do the border thing that I want to do. I've got this plastic border. So it's in the middle of the day, the UV index is off the charts. It's a ridiculous time to do this, but it's the only time my kids are busy. So I'm going to do this now as far as I can get within the next like 20 minutes or so, and as depending on how heavy I make the garbage can. So let's go. Well, it's probably hard to tell on camera, but I made quite a bit of progress. This looks like absolute shit, so I'm hoping I can get this project done before the neighbors notice. But yeah, I can't do anything with this and re-landscape it until this rock is gone, and I can only put the rock in the garbage can like little chunks at a time until I figure out a better solution. So this is where we're at. Like usually with projects like that, it gets messier before it gets better. And so I've learned, especially with pacing myself, that over time I can move mountains. I just have to be patient and trust the process. So my next step will probably be to sit down with a bucket and go along this line and clear up all those little rocks, separating them from the big rocks. It actually doesn't take as much time as you think it would. And yeah, see what I can do. Okay, not bad for a morning's work. This is only the end of day 2, and I figured this project would take me a couple weeks to get through, at least the first part of moving the rocks, but it actually went quite a bit more quickly than I thought it would, especially in the cool morning air. It was so nice being out here. I love getting my hands dirty, but my husband just left for work, and normally I'd have my kids out here helping me, but we're in the front yard, and my little one is just... she doesn't listen well enough. I'm afraid she's just going to dart out into the street. There's like no sense of self-preservation with her. So I'm going to go back inside with them. I'm going to work on this again maybe tomorrow morning, but let me show you what I've done today. Okay, there's still rock here by the back door. And this is all gross because this is where my dog is currently using the bathroom. But the eventual goal is to get her an established potty area that I can maintain a bit better. But to my surprise, all of these rock fit nicely on these 2 squares, and I should be able to just like gradually get rid of it over the next couple of garbage days, so that will be nice. And I'm going to put one of those plastic barriers between my rock and my neighbor's rock, and once that's done, then I'll fill everything in. I would like to dig out this area a little bit, because if you put rock on this, the dirt is currently flush with the sidewalk, so it's just going to spill over. So I need to dig it down like an inch or so, probably about the depth that it is over by that tree. I think that'd be perfect. But anyway, what I would like to do, I saw this on YouTube for like a dog potty area. You dig down a couple of inches, put a layer of rock for things to drain through, put a layer of sand to help absorb things, and then put a layer of pea gravel on top so the dog can go to the bathroom without problem. So if I frame all of this out with some wood, I can make an established potty area with the pea gravel and then take my landscaping, the rest of it, to the front. And actually I could probably reutilize some of these rocks in there. So one thing at a time, but that's my current plan. Okay, biggest hurdle in getting started on selling stuff is just getting organized enough to list the stuff and take pictures. So dragged that in, cleaned it up, took pictures of it. I'm gonna list it tonight. We'll see how it goes. And then this pile here, I was gonna donate this because it's really cheap and I've had it forever and I don't really like it. But it was tucked away underneath my laundry room cabinets, and it was holding stuff that was kind of gross that I didn't want to wash with everything else, like cleaning cloths and like dog towels, whatever. And I am finding that I'm missing it. Now, minimalism to me can mean 2 different things. It can mean buying quality so that you don't have to replace something very often. And it can also mean hanging on to stuff even though it's like not ideal, just for the sake of not adding anything else to the landfill. And if it's useful, only if it's useful. And right now I would be looking at buying a whole brand new one, and I'm feeling the lack of not having this. So I'm gonna bring this back inside, thin it out. Okay, so this is the cupboard in the laundry room I was talking about. There's like a vacancy down here where this used to be, and there's nothing wrong with having that there. It's really cheap, and that's why I was thinking of getting rid of it. I also thought I would get clever and start putting cleaning cloths and stuff down here, but I have decided like that's not enough space, so I'm going to do something else with that. And in the meantime, like these dog towels, everything just ends up on the counter, which I hate. So we're gonna go back to the old system. Tuck it out of sight until I'm ready to do that kind of laundry. We're good to go. Thanks so much for watching with me as I tackle my house. Slowly but surely, I'm gonna make my way through all my projects. And that's the thing, I really don't want these projects to dominate my life or to be the end all. Like, getting things checked off the list is fun, but it's not what life is about. So it takes me a while to get through all of these things, and I allow it. Like, I don't have this sense of urgency. When I have a good slot of time, I look at my lineup and I pick the thing that I think would be like the most effective, the biggest bang for my buck at the time. I have a lot of plans for fun videos coming up with a whole bunch of different projects I'm doing around my house. And I'm going to be continuing my adventures through clearing out my garage.
That is going so slowly, but so surely, but one thing at a time, right? So if you're watching this far, first of all, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking a chance on this budding new channel. I have a lot going on in my life. I have a full-time job. I've got 3 kids. I do most of the cooking. I run a booktube channel, which takes a lot of my time and energy. And then I have other creative projects that I'm working on. So I wanted to start this channel. It's been something I've wanted to do for ages, but I don't have like a lot of time to devote to it. So I figure I will film the more interesting things that I'm doing with my weeks, and whenever I have enough content to put out a video, that's when you'll get one. I'm shooting for once a month, but I ran out of time last month, so it's been like, I don't know, at least a 6-week break. So that's where we're at. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for the next one, and I will hopefully see you there. Thank you. Bye.